So as you guys have seen, this actually works pretty well and it did a beautiful job. You can see that I do have it tipped at a ridiculous angle. The reason for that is, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put a quick hitch on this tractor in order to use this without cutting the drive shaft. The drive shaft is as short as it can go. I pushed it out as far as I could using the upper link. It worked fine. It doesn't dig down as deep, obviously, because I think what it is the, because it's tilted back, it's running on the back part of the runner, so it doesn't go down as deep. In fact, also too, I'm gonna bet it also tips the blades up a smidge. But it actually did a really nice job. This is, you know, a field that gets used for planting. So I'm not dealing with a horrible ground, and I wasn't intending on going down very deep anyway because the top part of our soil is going to be, you know, pretty fertile here. So I think we're in pretty good shape. As you guys saw, the B2630, this is a 2006 model, B2630, did an excellent job. So if you guys have 26 horse tractor, like with this 3-cylinder Kubota engine or similar, like a newer one, which I don't, let's see here. I'm sure it's still going to be indirect injected because they don't have to have emissions equipment on them. These are wonderful, wonderful tractors. What you can do, you saw that it was able to be rather powerful with the loader. It's lightweight. These turf tires don't make any marks, hardly to say at all. It turns this tiller perfectly. Didn't even have to work it hard. I also didn't even have it at the full PTO speed, just trying to go easy on it. I wanted to use this tractor because it needed to get some fuel ran through it, and some fuel ran through it did. Really not that much. I started out with about a quarter tank, and it was down to the E when I was done. So I used about a quarter tank of fuel, which is more than this thing's burned in a while because I've been using my tractor and the zero turn. I'm very happy to see how well this worked. And this size tractor, it's amazing how useful it is and how much you can do with it. It's super easy to deal with. You can put this on a smaller trailer and tow it with a half-ton truck without any trouble. We'll tow it here with the Expedition soon, but I had to crank out these chores. So I did, like I said, have to run it toward the side. The breather was letting a little bit of oil out, so be it. I did overfill a little bit, it's fine. This is going to get a skid steer. Well, we'll get to that in a second. This is going to get a Kubota quick hitch. I'm going to try and get the QH15 so that it matches the one that I have. So I hope that these adjustments will be the same, which they should be. This can adjust, so if you wanted to move them in a different place, these are set up for a quick hitch. So yeah, and the quick hitch would normally hook onto here, not using this upper link, which the upper link is what's being used by the upper actual link. This combo worked out fine. Had plenty of power. Frankly, I did it in low and basically went full throttle in low most of the time, unless I was purposely slowing down for some specific reason, if there was something I was moving out of the way with the loader or whatever. I'm going to, this winter time, convert this to a skid steer quick connect. It is something that is so useful, and it transforms the tractor into a multi-useful tool. And I'm going to try and set this beast up with a third function kit. This is set up for a backhoe. I do have a backhoe for this. I don't use it hardly at all. However, the Power Beyond port is going to be right there. Well, I mean, the quick connect's down there and the hose is right there. That hose is looping back through. So I have to figure out how in the world I'm going to have a Power Beyond port and a third function valve. You could do a diverter. However, it's so much better just to click a button and go. That way you're not losing a function of your loader just to use a function of your grapple. To be able to have forks on a tractor is just so unbelievably handy, even if you're not picking up a ridiculous amount of stuff. Just a handy tool. Forks and a grapple. Man, if you got a bucket, forks and a grapple, and you guys have seen, if you haven't seen yet, watch the video of the hydraulic auger on the loader working. It is an amazing, amazing tool. What you can do with some practice and some general basic tractoring knowledge with a compact tractor is unbelievable. It's amazing what they can do. I think my food plot turned out great. I'm hoping that it takes as well as I think it will. We have a storm brewing. That's the north. I hope that we have a good storm come. There's also one to the south, sort of. So we'll hope we get a little bit of rain tonight, and that'll be great. But yeah, the tractor did really well. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in. If you guys have a B3030 or a B2630, these are wonderful, wonderful tractors. These were sold a lot to the rental market because they're very, very tough. They're built very, very, very well. If you have a BX, I think it's called the BX25, but I'm pretty sure it's almost the same engine that this has with 26 horse. It'll do, I would imagine, I mean, the PTO power is going to be very, very similar. I would imagine that it would perform very, very well. I opted for, pretty sure this is the 5-foot model. I opted for the 5-foot model, partly because I knew I would potentially use it on this, especially for doing food plotting with the tiller. Also just general gardening and stuff like that. Having a small tractor is really, really nice. I was going to try and sell this and pick up a new model, but I'm not going to do that. When I sat on this size, I have a basic L. If I get another tractor, it's going to be probably an M4, something big, strong, powerful. I'm thinking that's going to be the direction to go and keep this guy around, and for sure put a skid steer quick connect on this thing. It'll make a huge difference to its capability. This is actually the first time I've ever used the rear PTO on this tractor. It has always been the mid PTO with a mower deck. So it's kind of fun today, we've had this since 2006. And I've been running this tractor since I've been about 11, 12 years old. So yeah, about 12 years old. So it's crazy that we never had a rear implement. A lot of things have changed in the last couple of years. I've learned a lot and have applied, or I guess taken a chance and done more things, I guess. But having something that easily half-ton towable, and frankly, my bet is if you had a Colorado or a Ranger, like the new ones, I'll bet you could tow this on a trailer that would hold this. It would keep you under your, what are they, 7,900 pounds or something like that. My bet is you could tow this with a Colorado or with a Ranger without any trouble. So if you guys have a lighter than a half-ton duty truck, this is a really good option to go, and this would be similar to an LX, except for I think the LX actually has a slightly smaller frame than this. This was the big B back in the day. There's currently a small B. This is bigger than the current B, as confusing as that might be. This is, I think, somewhere between the current LX and the current L like I have. So this B30 platform gets you some pretty decent performance. If you guys had one that had filled tires and had R4s, I think you'd be absolutely amazed at what this could do. And I wouldn't mind if I could find a different set of wheels and tires for this beast so that I could have a filled set, as miserable as it would be to change. But for doing work like this, having potentially, at the same time, it is nice just to have it like this. It doesn't hardly make any marks. So there's a pro and a con to everything. Make sure you figure out when you're buying a tractor what tasks and jobs you realistically are going to do. Don't buy something that's too big for you because you just saw a relatively small tractor do a really nice job and had no problem moving a ton of wood, a ton of limbs and whatever, had no problem running a rear implement. I'm going to put the brush mower on this and see how it does, but I need to first get a quick hitch, because that is 100% what needs to be done. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the food plot. I will make updates as to how it's doing. Take care of yourself. Oh, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks all.